A wise woman understands the profound importance of peace and energy in her life. She knows that her inner tranquility and vitality are essential for her growth, happiness, and overall well-being. To her, peace is not merely the absence of chaos, but a state of mental and emotional harmony where she can thrive, think clearly, and focus on what truly matters. Energy, on the other hand, is the driving force behind her actions, creativity, and resilience. Both peace and energy are treasures she guards fiercely, recognizing that they are finite resources that must be preserved and nurtured. So she begins by prioritizing her peace because she knows it is the foundation of a balanced life. In a world filled with distractions, negativity, and pressures, maintaining a calm and steady mind requires intentional effort. A wise woman avoids unnecessary conflicts and drama, understanding that these are the primary thieves of peace. She does not engage in arguments that serve no purpose or give power to people who aim to disturb her equilibrium. She has a high trust in salvation and returns to it whenever possible, or gives power to people who aim to disturb her equilibrium. Her ability to remain composed in the face of provocation is a reflection of her inner strength and wisdom. By protecting her peace, she creates a safe space within herself where she can reflect, recharge, and grow. A wise woman's commitment to valuing her peace and energy is not just about avoiding negativity. It's about creating a life of purpose and joy. By eliminating distractions and focusing on what truly matters, she is able to channel her energy into personal growth, meaningful relationships, and achieving her dreams. This clarity of purpose gives her the strength to make difficult decisions, such as cutting ties with people or situations that no longer serve her. She understands that letting go is not a loss, but a step toward gaining a life that aligns with her values and aspirations. Ultimately, her respect for her peace and energy reflects her self-worth. She knows she deserves a life that feels good, not just looks good to others. By guarding her inner world, she not only enhances her own life, but also inspires others to do the same. Her quiet strength and unwavering focus are a testament to the power of valuing what truly matters. Peace and energy are her greatest assets, and she uses them to build a life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. A wise woman understands that negativity is like a slow poison that can infiltrate her life, draining her energy, dampening her spirit, and hindering her growth. To protect her peace and preserve her emotional well-being, she makes the deliberate choice to cut off negativity from her life. This decision is not always easy, but it is a necessary act of self-care and empowerment. Negativity can manifest in many forms: critical remarks, constant complaining, pessimism, or outright toxic behavior. A wise woman is attuned to these patterns and recognizes their impact on her mental and emotional health. She knows that surrounding herself with negative influences can lead to stress, self-doubt, and a sense of hopelessness. These feelings can cloud her judgment and distract her from her goals. By cutting off negativity, she takes control of her environment and creates space for positivity, growth, and progress. One of the key ways a wise woman eliminates negativity is by assessing the people she surrounds herself with. Relationships play a significant role in shaping one's mindset and outlook on life. A wise woman values relationships that uplift and inspire her, rather than those that drag her down. She identifies individuals who consistently bring negativity into her life. Those who criticize without offering solutions, complain without taking action, or focus solely on the flaws in every situation. While she may empathize with their struggles, she understands that prolonged exposure to such attitudes can harm her well-being. She chooses to distance herself from these individuals, either by setting boundaries or, when necessary, cutting ties altogether. This process is not done out of malice or anger. It is an act of self-respect. A wise woman realizes that her energy is precious and finite. By allowing negativity to linger in her life, she would be wasting that energy on things that do not serve her growth. Instead, she redirects her focus toward relationships and activities that nurture her spirit and align with her values. She seeks out people who are solution-oriented, optimistic, and supportive. individuals who inspire her to become the best version of herself. Another way a wise woman cuts off negativity is by managing her exposure to negative environments and influences. This includes not only people, but also the media she consumes and the situations she finds herself in. She is mindful of the content she watches, listens to, or reads, ensuring that it contributes positively to her mindset. For example, she avoids excessive exposure to news that focuses on fear and tragedy without offering hope or solutions. She also steers clear of environments that breed competition, gossip, or resentment, as these can undermine her peace and happiness. A wise woman also works on herself to ensure that she does not become a source of negativity in her own life. She reflects on her thoughts and behaviors, identifying patterns of self-criticism or pessimism that may arise. She practices self-compassion, gratitude, and mindfulness to shift her perspective toward positivity. By cultivating a positive mindset within herself, she strengthens her ability to resist external negativity and maintain her emotional resilience. When cutting off negativity, a wise woman understands that her actions may not always be understood or appreciated by others. Some may perceive her as distant or unkind, but she is not deterred by their opinions. She knows that her priority is to protect her peace and energy, and she trusts herself to make decisions that are in her best interest. Her silence in these situations speaks volumes. It reflects her confidence and determination to live a life free from unnecessary stress and toxicity. Ultimately, cutting off negativity allows a wise woman to thrive. It clears the path for joy, creativity, and meaningful connections to flourish in her life. By removing the weight of negativity, she is able to rise above challenges with clarity and strength. Her decision to let go of what no longer serves her is a testament to her self-awareness and her unwavering commitment to living a life of purpose, positivity, and fulfillment. A wise woman possesses the keen ability to recognize manipulators, individuals who use deceptive or controlling tactics to influence others for their own benefit. Manipulation can come in many forms: subtle persuasion, emotional exploitation, guilt-tripping, or outright coercion. These behaviors are often cloaked in charm or concern, making them difficult to identify at first. However, a wise woman develops the awareness and emotional intelligence necessary to see through such facades and protect herself from being drawn into their games. Manipulators are often skilled at exploiting vulnerabilities and weaknesses. They prey on emotions, twisting words and situations to gain control or sway decisions in their favor. A wise woman understands this and learns to listen to her instincts. If something feels off in a relationship or interaction, she pays attention to those feelings rather than dismissing them. She knows that manipulation is often subtle at first, but patterns of behavior eventually reveal a manipulator's true intentions. One common tactic manipulators use is guilt. They make others feel responsible for their happiness or success, pressuring them to comply with their wishes. A wise woman quickly recognizes this tactic and refuses to accept undue guilt. She understands that while empathy is important, it does not mean sacrificing her own well-being to meet someone else's unreasonable expectations. She sets clear boundaries, knowing that healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, not manipulation. Another red flag a wise woman identifies is the manipulator's tendency to play the victim. Manipulators often portray themselves as helpless or mistreated, exaggerating their struggles to elicit sympathy and support. They may twist situations to make others feel sorry for them or even blame others for their problems. A wise woman sees through these exaggerated narratives and refuses to be drawn into a cycle of enabling or rescuing. She understands that genuine support empowers people to take responsibility for their lives, whereas manipulation seeks to create dependency. Gaslighting is another tool commonly used by manipulators, and a wise woman is vigilant against it. Gaslighting involves distorting reality to make someone doubt their perceptions, memories, or sanity. Manipulators use this tactic to gain control and make others feel uncertain or inferior. A wise woman trusts her intuition and values her own perspective. When faced with gaslighting, she seeks clarity by relying on facts, seeking outside perspectives, or documenting events. She remains grounded in her sense of truth and refuses to let a manipulator undermine her confidence. Manipulators also tend to use flattery and charm to disarm their targets. They may shower someone with praise or affection, creating a sense of obligation or dependency. A wise woman recognizes that genuine compliments and kindness do not come with hidden motives. She remains cautious when flattery feels excessive or is followed by requests or demands. By staying grounded in her values and self-worth, she does not allow herself to be swayed by superficial charm. In recognizing manipulators, a wise woman pays attention to consistency. She observes whether someone's actions align with their words and whether their intentions appear genuine over time. Manipulators often reveal inconsistencies in their behavior, showing kindness when they want something but indifference or hostility when their demands are unmet. A wise woman uses these observations to assess the sincerity of those around her. Regardless of the reason, expectation is incredibly important and a powerful linkage. Once a wise woman identifies a manipulator, she takes steps to protect herself. This often involves setting firm boundaries, reducing interactions, or even cutting ties altogether. She does so without guilt, knowing that her well-being is her priority. She refuses to engage in endless arguments or attempts to change the manipulator, understanding that their behavior is not her responsibility to fix. Through these actions, a wise woman not only protects herself, but also models the importance of self-respect and emotional integrity. By recognizing manipulators and refusing to be controlled, she creates space for authentic relationships and personal growth. Her wisdom and strength shine through as she chooses relationships that uplift and empower rather than drain or deceive. In doing so, she reclaims her power and ensures her life is guided by trust, respect, and genuine connections. A wise woman knows that jealousy is a corrosive emotion that can undermine relationships, distort intentions, and create unnecessary tension. While envy is a natural human feeling, it becomes destructive when it manifests as resentment, competitiveness, or attempts to undermine another's success. A wise woman has the discernment to recognize jealousy in others and the courage to walk away from it when it threatens her peace and progress. This act is not driven by animosity, but by self-respect and the understanding that her energy is better spent on positivity and growth. Jealousy often hides behind a mask. It can appear as backhanded compliments, subtle criticism, or an unwillingness to celebrate someone else's achievements. A wise woman observes these signs and trusts her intuition. She understands that someone's inability to genuinely support her success speaks more about their insecurities than her accomplishments. However, she also knows that remaining in the presence of such negativity can have a draining effect, sowing seeds of doubt and unease. For this reason, she chooses to distance herself, prioritizing her mental and emotional well-being. When jealousy arises within a friendship or relationship, it often brings with it a toxic dynamic. Instead of mutual encouragement, the relationship can turn into a competition where one party constantly feels the need to outshine the other. A wise woman recognizes when a relationship is shifting in this way. She does not engage in the competition or try to downplay her achievements to make others feel more comfortable. Instead, she quietly steps back, allowing the relationship to fade if it cannot evolve into something healthier. She knows that genuine friendships are built on mutual respect and shared joy in each other's successes. One of the most insidious aspects of jealousy is how it can manifest as sabotage. Someone consumed by jealousy may attempt to hinder another's progress through gossip, criticism, or subtle undermining. A wise woman stays vigilant against such behaviors, setting boundaries to protect herself from harm. She does not allow herself to be drawn into confrontations or attempts to justify her achievements to those who cannot celebrate them. Her silence in the face of such negativity is a powerful statement of her self-assurance. Walking away from jealousy also involves letting go of the guilt that often accompanies success. A wise woman knows that she does not need to dim her light or minimize her accomplishments to make others feel better. She refuses to carry the burden of someone else's insecurities or to alter her path to accommodate their discomfort. Instead, She focuses on her journey, surrounding herself with people who uplift and inspire her. These are the relationships that fuel her growth and allow her to thrive. By walking away from jealousy, a wise woman sets a standard for how she expects to be treated. She demonstrates that she values authenticity and positivity in her relationships. She also sends a clear message that envy has no place in her life. Her decision to distance herself is not about punishing others, but about preserving her peace and maintaining a supportive environment for her goals. This process is not always easy. It can be painful to step away from relationships that once seemed close or meaningful. However, a wise woman understands that holding on to such connections at the expense of her well-being is not worth the cost. She trusts that walking away creates space for better, healthier relationships to enter her life. I think that that's true for ultimately a wise woman's ability to walk away from jealousy reflects her self-awareness and emotional strength. She knows her worth and refuses to let negativity detract from her achievements or hinder her progress. By choosing to surround herself with people who celebrate her victories and support her dreams, she creates a life filled with positivity, authenticity, and mutual respect. Her decision to let go of envy and its manifestations is a testament to her commitment to living a life of purpose, peace, and fulfillment. A wise woman understands the intrinsic value of respect and recognizes it as a fundamental cornerstone of healthy relationships, personal growth, and self-worth. She knows that respect is not something to be begged for or demanded through coercion. It is earned and upheld through her actions, boundaries, and the way she carries herself. For this reason, she prioritizes demanding respect in all areas of her life, making it clear that it is a non-negotiable aspect of how she expects to be treated. Respect begins with self-respect, and a wise woman is deeply rooted in this principle. She knows that others will treat her in accordance with how she treats herself. If she honors her own worth, sets healthy boundaries, and communicates assertively, she sends a clear message to others about what she will and will not tolerate. She holds herself to high standards, not out of arrogance, but because she understands that self-respect is the foundation upon which all other forms of respect are built. Demanding respect does not mean being confrontational or aggressive. A wise woman knows that true power lies in her ability to stand firm without raising her voice. She communicates her needs clearly and directly, leaving no room for misinterpretation. If someone crosses a boundary, she addresses it calmly yet firmly, making it known that such behavior is unacceptable. Her composure in these situations reflects her confidence and self-assuredness, which often inspires others to respect her even more. A wise woman also understands the importance of consistency in her actions. She practices what she preaches, treating others with the same level of respect she expects to receive. By doing so, she establishes a mutual understanding that respect is a two-way street. Her fairness and integrity make it difficult for others to justify treating her poorly, as she consistently demonstrates the values she upholds. In relationships, whether personal or professional, a wise woman sets clear boundaries to protect her dignity and well-being. She does not allow others to belittle her, dismiss her opinions, or take her kindness for granted. When faced with disrespect, she does not shy away from addressing the issue. Instead, she takes the necessary steps to either rectify the situation or remove herself from it altogether. So she knows that remaining silent in the face of disrespect only encourages further mistreatment. And she refuses to compromise her values for the sake of maintaining harmony. Demanding respect also involves walking away from situations and people who consistently fail to honor her worth. A wise woman knows that she cannot control how others behave, but she can control how she responds. If someone repeatedly disrespects her despite her efforts to communicate and set boundaries, she makes the difficult but necessary decision to distance herself. This is not an act of revenge, but a declaration of self-respect and a refusal to accept anything less than she deserves. In professional settings, a wise woman asserts her presence with confidence and competence. She values her contributions and ensures that others do as well. She does not allow herself to be overlooked, dismissed, or undervalued. Instead, she advocates for herself and her work, demonstrating her worth through her actions and achievements. Her professionalism and poise earn her the respect of her colleagues and superiors, solidifying her position as a person of value and integrity. Ultimately, demanding respect is not about control or domination. It is about creating an environment where mutual understanding, trust, and dignity can thrive. A wise woman knows that respect is the foundation of all healthy relationships and interactions, and she works to ensure that it is present in every aspect of her life. By standing firm in her values and refusing to accept anything less, she sets a powerful example for others, inspiring them to do the same. Her unwavering commitment to respect, both for herself and others, allows her to live a life of purpose, fulfillment, and authenticity. The greater balance of masculine and feminine principles allows her to respect. A wise woman understands that time is one of the most valuable resources she possesses. Unlike money or material possessions, time cannot be earned back once it is spent. This realization drives her to avoid time wasters, activities, habits, or people that do not contribute to her growth, goals, or happiness. She knows that her time is limited and chooses to invest it in pursuits that bring value and meaning to her life. Time wasters come in many forms, and a wise woman is adept at recognizing them. One of the most common is procrastination, which disguises itself as harmless delays or distractions. While taking occasional breaks is necessary for balance, excessive procrastination can rob her of the opportunity to achieve her goals. A wise woman combats this by setting clear priorities and adhering to a schedule that keeps her focused. Secondly, she breaks down her tasks into manageable steps and uses tools like lists or timers to stay on track. By actively managing her time, she avoids the pitfall of putting off important tasks until it's too late. Another major time waster is excessive engagement in activities with no real purpose or value. For example, spending hours scrolling through social media, engaging in mindless gossip, or watching television without intention can drain her energy and take away from time that could be used productively. A wise woman evaluates how she spends her free time, ensuring that it aligns with her values and goals. She replaces time-wasting habits with activities that contribute to her growth, such as reading, learning new skills, or pursuing creative projects. By doing so, she not only avoids wasting time, but also enriches her life. So, people can also be significant time wasters, especially those who lack respect for others' time. A wise woman is cautious about relationships or interactions that do not align with her purpose. For example, she avoids individuals who are constantly late, cancel plans without notice, or engage in endless, unproductive conversations. While she values kindness and understanding, she also recognizes that her time is too precious to spend on those who do not appreciate it. She sets boundaries to protect her time, ensuring that her relationships are built on mutual respect and consideration. A wise woman is also mindful of saying yes to everything, which can lead to overcommitment and burnout. She understands the importance of discernment when it comes to accepting invitations, responsibilities, or favors. If an opportunity or task does not align with her priorities or bring meaningful value to her life, she does not hesitate to decline. She recognizes that saying no is not selfish, but an act of self-care and time management. By focusing on what truly matters, she ensures that her energy and time are directed toward her most important goals. Disorganization is another subtle but pervasive time waster. A wise woman keeps her surroundings, plans, and tasks in order to avoid unnecessary delays and confusion. She invests time in planning her day, organizing her workspace, and keeping track of her commitments. This level of preparedness allows her to work efficiently and avoid the stress of scrambling to meet deadlines or find misplaced items. Her organized approach to life not only saves time, but also creates a sense of calm and control. In addition, a wise woman avoids perfectionism, which can consume an excessive amount of time without adding significant value. While she strives for excellence, she knows that perfection is an unrealistic and often counterproductive goal. She focuses on doing her best within a reasonable time frame and accepts that not everything needs to be flawless. This mindset allows her to complete tasks efficiently and move forward without unnecessary delays. Ultimately, a wise woman's commitment to avoiding time wasters reflects her respect for herself and her goals. She recognizes that time is a non-renewable resource, and she treats it with the care and attention it deserves. By staying focused, organized, and intentional, she creates a life of purpose, balance, and fulfillment. Her ability to prioritize what truly matters ensures that her time is spent wisely, making every moment count toward building the life she envisions.